When it comes to living a fulfilling and purposeful life as a Christian, understanding the fruit of the Spirit is essential. These virtues, which are love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control, are not simply a set of moral guidelines, but rather a transformative way of living. In this video, we will delve into the definition and biblical origins of the fruit of the Spirit, as well as explore their importance in the life of a believer. The fruit of the Spirit can be understood as the qualities or characteristics that are produced in the life of a believer through the work of the Holy Spirit. They serve as evidence of a genuine relationship with God and demonstrate the transformation that takes place within a person's heart as they walk in faith. These virtues are interconnected and work together to shape a person's character, actions, and relationships. The concept of the fruit of the Spirit derives from the New Testament, specifically from the book of Galatians in the Bible. In Galatians chapter 5 verses 22 to 23, the Apostle Paul writes, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things there is no law." Here, Paul presents a contrast between the works of the flesh and the fruit of the Spirit, emphasizing the transformative power of the Holy Spirit in shaping believers' lives. The fruit of the Spirit plays a vital role in the life of a Christian, as it reflects Christ's character in us and enables us to live a life that is pleasing to God. These virtues provide a framework for how we should relate to others, handle difficult situations, and make decisions. They serve as a guidepost, helping us navigate the complexities of life with wisdom, grace, and integrity. Let's briefly talk on each of the fruits of the Spirit. Number 1. Love. At the core of the fruit of the Spirit is love, specifically agape love. Agape love is a selfless, sacrificial, and unconditional love that seeks the best for others. It goes beyond emotions and circumstances, remaining steady and unwavering even in the face of adversity. This love is a reflection of God's love for humanity and serves as the foundation for all other virtues. Love manifests itself in various ways in our daily lives. It can be seen in acts of kindness, forgiveness, patience, and compassion towards others. It involves putting the needs and well-being of others before our own and seeking to build meaningful and authentic connections with those around us. Love is not just a feeling, but a deliberate choice and action. Love is not only the foundation of the fruit of the Spirit, but also the core principle of Christianity. In Matthew 22 verses 37 to 40, Jesus instructs his followers, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. You shall love your neighbor as yourself." This sums up the essence of the Christian faith, as it emphasizes the importance of loving God and loving others. Love is what sets believers apart and testifies to the transformative power of God's love in their lives. Number 2. Joy. While happiness is often linked to temporary external circumstances, joy is a deep and enduring gladness that comes from an inner place of peace and contentment. Regardless of the ups and downs of life, joy remains constant and resilient. It is rooted in our relationship with God and the assurance of His love and faithfulness. True and lasting joy can be found in our relationship with God, in His presence, and in knowing that we are deeply loved and forgiven. The joy of the Lord transcends our circumstances and becomes a source of strength and hope. Additionally, finding joy in serving others, pursuing our passions, and cultivating gratitude in our hearts can also contribute to a more joyful and fulfilled life. Cultivating joy requires intentional effort, especially during challenging circumstances. It involves shifting our perspective, focusing on the positives, and finding joy in the midst of trials. Trusting in God's sovereignty, praising Him even in difficult times, and seeking support and encouragement from a community of believers can all contribute to cultivating joy in our lives. Number 3. Peace. The peace of God is a deep and abiding sense of tranquility that surpasses human understanding. It is not merely the absence of conflict or turmoil, but a state of inner calm and rest that comes from knowing and trusting in God's sovereignty and care. This peace can guard our hearts and minds, even in the midst of life's storms. Inner conflicts and anxiety can rob us of peace and hinder our ability to experience the fullness of God's blessings. However, as believers, we can find peace by surrendering our worries and fears to God through prayer, meditating on His promises, and seeking His guidance. Trusting in His perfect timing and leaning on His strength can help alleviate anxiety and bring a sense of peace. As bearers of the fruit of the Spirit, it is our responsibility to promote peace in our relationships and society. This involves cultivating a spirit of reconciliation, seeking forgiveness, and pursuing harmony with others. Additionally, standing up against injustice, embracing diversity, and actively working towards unity can contribute to creating a peaceful and loving community. Number 4. Patience. Patience is a virtue that enables personal growth and transformation. It allows us to endure during times of waiting, trusting that God's timing is perfect. Patience teaches us to have a long-term perspective and not to be discouraged by setbacks or delays. It develops perseverance, character, and resilience within us. In a world driven by instant gratification, overcoming impatience can be challenging. However, by seeking God's guidance, practicing self-reflection, and acknowledging our limitations, we can develop patience. It involves learning to take things one step at a time, letting go of control, and trusting in God's plan, even when it seems delayed or different from what we expected. Patience is crucial in maintaining healthy relationships and navigating trials. It requires listening, understanding, and offering grace to others. Patience allows us to give people room for growth, to forgive when they make mistakes, and to be present in their journey. In times of trials, patience gives us the strength to persevere and trust that God is working all things together for our good. Number 5. Kindness. Kindness is the intentional act of showing compassion, care, and consideration towards others. It involves going beyond what is expected or required to meet the needs of others. Acts of kindness can range from simple gestures, such as offering a smile or a helping hand, to larger acts of service and generosity. Practicing kindness is not only about being nice, but also reflects the character of God. Throughout the Bible, God's kindness is demonstrated towards humanity through His love, mercy, and grace. As recipients of His kindness, we are called to mirror His love by extending kindness to others, regardless of their background or circumstances. Small acts of kindness have the power to make a significant impact on the lives of others. By showing kindness, we can brighten someone's day, bring hope to the hurting, and inspire positive change. Kindness is contagious, and even the smallest acts can create a ripple effect that spreads goodness and love throughout our communities. Number 6. Goodness. Goodness can be understood as the moral excellence that is evident in a person's character and actions. It involves aligning ourselves with God's standards of righteousness and seeking to do what is right and just. Goodness encompasses honesty, integrity, and the pursuit of justice in all areas of life. Integrating goodness into our daily choices involves making intentional decisions that reflect a commitment to righteousness and justice. It means standing up for what is right, speaking out against injustice, and acting with integrity in all circumstances. By aligning our actions with God's goodness, we become agents of positive change in the world. When goodness is integrated into society, it has the power to transform communities and bring about positive change. Acts of goodness, whether big or small, promote justice, mercy, and fairness. Goodness challenges societal norms that perpetuate injustice and inequality, inspiring others to pursue moral excellence and contribute to the well-being of all. Number 7. Faithfulness. Faithfulness to God is rooted in our commitment and loyalty to Him. It involves trusting in His promises, obeying His commandments, and following His guidance. Our faithfulness is not based on our circumstances, but on the unchanging nature of God. God's faithfulness towards us serves as an example for us to emulate. Faithfulness is a cornerstone of healthy and thriving relationships. It involves being true to our word, honoring commitments, and demonstrating loyalty to those we love. By prioritizing faithfulness in our relationships, we build trust, foster deep connections, and create a safe and nurturing environment for growth. Remaining steadfast in faith and commitments requires perseverance and resilience. It means staying true to our beliefs and values, even in the face of challenges or opposition. By relying on God's strength and leaning on our community of believers for support, we can remain faithful even in the midst of trials and temptations. Number 8. Gentleness. Gentleness can be misunderstood as weakness, but in reality, it is a demonstration of strength under control. It involves being considerate, tender, and compassionate towards others. Gentleness fosters an atmosphere of safety and trust, allowing for open and honest communication. Practicing humility and gentleness requires acknowledging our own limitations and weaknesses. It involves setting aside our ego, listening attentively, and valuing the opinions and perspectives of others. By responding with gentleness, we create space for constructive dialogue, reconciliation, and growth in our relationships. Conflicts are inevitable in life, but our responses to them can make all the difference. Gentle responses in the midst of conflicts can de-escalate tense situations and promote understanding and reconciliation. It involves speaking truth in love, practicing forgiveness, and seeking mutual resolution. Number 9. Self-control. Self-control is the ability to master our desires, impulses, and emotions. It requires discipline, restraint, and a focus on long-term goals rather than immediate gratification. Self-control empowers us to make wise choices, avoid destructive behaviors, and pursue a life of purpose and fulfillment. Overcoming temptations and addictions can be a lifelong journey that requires self-control. By leaning on God's strength, renewing our minds through His Word, and seeking accountability and support from others, we can break free from the chains of temptation and addiction. Self-control equips us to resist momentary pleasure for the sake of long-term well-being. Self-control is not a one-time achievement, but a lifelong pursuit. It involves developing healthy habits, setting boundaries, and aligning our desires with God's will. By practicing self-control in all areas of our lives, we can grow in character, make informed choices, and become effective witnesses of God's transformative power. The fruit of the Spirit forms the bedrock of a meaningful and fulfilling Christian life. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control are not only virtues to aspire to, but they are also manifestations of God's character in us. By understanding and cultivating these virtues, we can lead lives of purpose, impact, and spiritual growth. May we continually allow the Holy Spirit to work within us, producing the abundant and transformative fruit of the Spirit. Thank you for joining me in today's uplifting message. Remember, even amid life's challenges, we serve El Roy, the God who sees us. If you found inspiration and encouragement in this video, kindly subscribe for more soul-nourishing content. May the peace of El Roy be with you always.